From Studio A at the USC Annenberg School, I'm Devin Diet. Joining me here today is USC women's basketball forward Coy Love. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, straight out of high school, you committed to playing Division I basketball at Vanderbilt University in Nashville. After 2 years there, you then transferred to the University of Arizona, played there for a season, and then are now here at USC. That's 3 schools in 4 years.
Yeah.
Why did you initially leave Vanderbilt?
I left Vanderbilt. I really loved the school. I didn't want to leave, but my head coach for women's basketball got fired. So I decided to leave as well.
Now, what happened at Arizona?
So the time that I was transferring was like COVID and there was a lot going on. I really wanted to get out of Vanderbilt, out of Nashville, and, go somewhere and expand my game and play for a team that was on a winning season, on a winning track record with a winning coach. So I kind of made a quick decision to go to Arizona. I never really took an official visit there. I did talk to the coach, but at the time she was playing in the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. So it was kind of just a little bit all over the place, but overall, I decided to go to Tucson without visiting, and I ended up not liking it.
Wow, so without visiting, do you think that if you had visited the school, it would have changed your decision?
Absolutely. I think that I would have seen Tucson in all its glory very early on and decided against going.
Now, did you visit USC before coming here?
Absolutely. I'm a person who doesn't like to make the same mistake twice. So I knew Coach Lindsay since I was like in 8th grade. Coach Dill, same. They recruited me when they were at Cal. So when I was at Arizona still and I was in the transfer portal and I was going through the recruiting process, they made sure that I had a visit.
Great. What about USC's program has been different than the other 2 previous schools that you played at?
Yeah, I think USC and Vanderbilt are very similar in the idea that they're small private schools, but I think here they really cater to their student athletes a lot more. And there are a lot more opportunities in LA and USC as an institution, so I really love it here.
What type of opportunities have you been able to capitalize on at USC?
No, yeah. So I think on the West Coast, NIL opportunities for student athletes, being a female, a Black woman as well, are very, very high. And there are just a lot of different opportunities. Of course, like the world of like broadcasting and media is also big here. There's fashion, there's modeling. So it's not as like tight as in the South, I would say. It's a lot looser and freer. And our coaches do a great job of exposing us to those opportunities as well.
So though these schools are in different conferences, how has the level of play been throughout these different programs?
I would say that the SEC is a lot more physical than the Pac-12. The Pac-12, like, the girls are a lot more skilled and they're going to run their sets and offenses. I believe that coaches are a lot more strategic here as well. But, no matter what school you're at, it's a grind and it's a long season, so.
Yeah. So you and I played for the same travel basketball program growing up based out of Daytona, Florida, Essence Girls Basketball. I remember watching you and the other girls on the top team. I was a couple of years younger than you. I remember watching you all commit to these Division I schools. So to see you transfer after 2 years and learn that it's not all the glitz and glamour that it really seemed was really surprising. And how do you think that the status of being a Division I program or the status of being a D1 athlete mentally affects these girls going through the college recruitment process?
No, yeah, absolutely. Great question. I think that what people fail to realize, like beyond the glitz and glamour of people going on official visits and talking to coaches all the time, is that college basketball is a business. They want to sell tickets. They want to put fans in the seats. So they're going to do any and everything they have to do to push you, pull you, break you, build you up to fit you in their system and get the team, a winning season. So I think that no matter how good it looks or how good it feels, there's always going to be that aspect in all around the country.
Now, there are currently 1,143 Division I women's basketball players in the transfer portal. This is double the amount of the previous years and largely due to the new rule change that you don't have to sit out for a season before playing at the new school. Did this affect your decision in any way?
Absolutely. I think that if I would have known that I would have had to transfer to another school and then sit a year, I would have thought a little bit harder about making my transition to Arizona. But I think ultimately it was time for me to leave Vanderbilt. I had like served my purpose there. I think I grew so much in those 2 seasons, those 2 years there, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, academically. So, yeah, but I think being able to, play right away is a great opportunity for so many young women. I think that a lot of girls get caught in the hype, or they get caught into coaches, or they get caught into other players and programs, and we all make mistakes. We're all human, or we all find out things later sometimes. So I think it's a great opportunity to get a second chance.
And how do you think that a rule like this is going to affect the college basketball recruitment process?
I think it'll make coaches be a lot more upfront and honest. Not saying that, coaches are just liars or anything. I don't want to paint that picture, but like I said before, it's a business. But I think just understanding that because girls know that they can go anywhere they want to and play, whether that's D1, D2, I think it'll just make people more open and honest. I hope that was
My final question, just to close it off,
okay.
is you have an ISO fast break, one-on-one. Just you and a defender.
Okay.
What move are you doing to get past her and get the bucket?
Ooh,
What's your go-to move?
This is like the dream every game. I'm like waiting on this every game. I feel like my go-to move, I'm going to hit like a nice little crossover and give them a shake. Or I'm going to crossover, give them a shake, spin back.
Okay.
Something maybe in between. I don't know, but it's going to be a nice little finish. It's going to be a nice finish, that's all.
All right. Coy Love will be suiting up in Cardinal and Gold for the first time next Tuesday, November 8th, as the USC women's basketball team takes on CSU Bakersfield in their home opener. From Studio A at the USC Edinburgh School, I'm Devin Diet.